Got another great one, top five book for you today. Tribe of Mentors, short life advice from the best in the world. Another one by Tim Ferriss, where he uh, asks a bunch of extremely successful people, like I think it's like 10 or 11 questions just about their life advice, what they do differently, all this good stuff, their habits, their routines. It's a great one. First book I read was 2020, and it'll be in the description below. So it's basically, I'm just going to give you guys a bunch of quotes, just a bunch of the best quotes from it. So the single most important distinction in life is determining whether it's an opportunity to be seized or a temptation to be resisted. This is by Lord Jonathan Sachs. And his big thing was in HRV breathing. It's sort of a type of breathing that you do when you're meditating and stuff. So check out HRV breathing. Make sure you know the difference between an opportunity and a temptation. It's quite the challenge, if I might say so myself. And this is a big a theme. It's remarkable how the mind follows the body. It's by Josh Waitzkin. And this is coming up again and again, how we can literally change our state of being by physical activity, getting up, getting moving, getting active, chest up, shoulders back, head straight, changing your physiology, change your mind. So love this one. Let life ripen and then fall. Will is not the way at all. Pulling on threads of curiosity and interest may take you places that being driven will never lead you to. Whew. Just think about that for a second. Kind of just go with the flow. Don't try to force things. Just kind of let them happen. That's not to say you won't have to work hard, because you're going to have to work hard. But if you follow your curiosity rather than just trying to force things to happen, some great things will happen to you. Then we got a quote by Gary Vaynerchuk. If you've seen his YouTube videos, he's very intense, very motivational, interesting guy. Be patient with the macro and hyper with the micro. Most people do the opposite. So what he's saying is, be patient with your big picture. Everyone wants to be a millionaire, do this, ride, have a private jet, blah, blah, blah. They're not patient with that, and they're patient with their micro. So they're getting up at 10 a.m. and they're saying, I want to be a millionaire, I want to have a jet. Well, obviously that's why it's not working. You got to be hyper focused, hyperactive in the micro, in the day-to-day, in the, the minutes that you have. Use everything up, and then be patient with becoming a millionaire, getting your private jet, doing whatever you want to do, buying an island, whatever. So I thought that was very good advice from Gary V. Another similar one to one of the ones before. If you're really smart, you'll drop the drivenness, as there's a difference between being driven and being authentically animated by an inner calling. So this goes with following your curiosity. So kind of just drop the drivenness and just have a little more fun is what they're saying. Work should be fun. And if you follow that creativity, you'll be having fun. It'll take you places that being driven could never take you. Love this one too. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. You got to change yourself first, and then you'll change the world. And this quote was kind of prevalent among actors, directors, and poker players. A success doesn't mean you did something right, and a failure doesn't mean you did something wrong. Right? So they're saying, the actors, the movie directors are saying, you could do everything right, could work hard, but in the end, the movie, the script was just destined to fail. It wasn't going to catch on either way. So just because you're a failure doesn't mean you do something wrong, and just because you're successful doesn't mean you did something right. You could have just got lucky, Egg boxing, just look it up. I'm not going to explain what that is. And then this guy, Zuko Wilcox, he swears by an all-protein diet. I've heard this from like Jordan Peterson and his daughter, who they suffered from depression, and his daughter suffered from, I forget what it was, but she just soreness all the time. Her life was crippled, and she switched to an all beef diet, and it really worked. So I don't know. Maybe we're supposed to be complete omnivores. Gratitude journal, that was very prevalent. Almost every one of these extremely successful people wrote what they were grateful for every single morning. Learning from failures is wrong. Studying extremely successful people is way, way better. So Ben Silverman, what he's saying is, don't learn from your mistakes, learn from other people's mistakes, just to study what they did right rather than where they went wrong. And then Steve Aoki, music producer, he was talking about the fog of self-indulgence. I love those four words together. Fog of self-indulgence. This is when you're feeding into your addictions and living an excessive life. You're just in this fog of self-indulgence, like more, more, more. What can I get? What can I get? So I really like that quote by Steve Aoki. To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to leave the world a bit better, to know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. It's by Ralph Waldo Emerson. He's got a couple great, great quotes. I absolutely love that one. Have fun, impact the world in a good way, and inspire just one person, and then that means your success. The lifetime cost of emotional isolation far exceeds the pain of occasional betrayal. The truth is that the pain of broken trust and betrayed friendship is simply the cost of caring and deeply connecting with others. Love this one too, because a lot of people after a failed relationship or failed friendship, they kind of get cold-hearted. I think maybe we all do, at least for a time, and we realize gotta step back up to the plate. That's all part of love. It's all part of friendship, and just yeah, great quote by Jim Lower. And then another one by him: in a real sense, to grow in life, I must be a seeker of stress. Balance episodes of stress with equivalent doses of recovery, and recovery is when the growth happens. So again, this goes back to deep work, all those productivity books. Like, you got to have a little bit of stress in your life, because that means you're growing. That means you're growing, progressing, and then you have to have periods of rest afterward, so that growth can actually happen. So that's another good quote by Jim Lower. He's a mental toughness training coach for sports athletes. So interesting profession. And then the fear practice by Kristen Ulmer. So she thinks gratitude, like the gratitude practice, is just running away from truth. That's trying to get your attention and forcing a lie. I like this a lot, because a lot of self-help people just say, "Oh, the power of positive thinking, just think positive, blah, blah, blah." She's saying, no, that's BS. You got to think negative. You have to face those negative emotions, because if you just blanket positivity on everything, then that's just a lie. You're just living a lie. And here, the secret to winning any game is not trying too hard. I like that a lot. Goes with forcing things and letting them flow. Just let them flow. Then focus on the point of contact. So the only what you can control, that's what you need to focus on, rather than your target or your goal. Just focus in on, boom, I took the action. Maybe it wasn't a success, but I took the action. So that's what I'm going to focus on. That's what I'm going to measure my success by. Not, oh, I missed my target, I missed my goal. It's, I swung the bat. I didn't hit a home run, but I swung the bat, and I'm proud of that. And when rating things, I love this. Never use 7, especially when judging prospects for hire. So these people did that, and there was a study on happiness, and it said everyone, no matter where they were, like half the day, they always said 7. It's a good mid ground, right? So whenever you're rating things, anything, now I personally do this. I always avoid the number 7. That really defines, okay, was this really good or was this just mediocre? And I love this. So when asked with a tough decision, ask yourself, would I drop everything and do it tomorrow? So that's a framework for deciding to do something or not. And it's really good, because it's like, it shows you what's really, really important. So if you wouldn't drop everything and do that thing tomorrow, it's probably not worth your time. I love Naval Ravikant, and this is a great quote. So, desire is a contract that you make with yourself to be unhappy until you get what you want. It's okay to have a desire, but pick a big one and pick it carefully, and then drop all the small ones. So this is so good. Something I still don't fully understand. It's so tough because, like he says, it's okay to have a desire, but pick a big one and pick it carefully. Drop all the other ones. So when you say I want something, you're really saying I'm not happy because I don't have this, which is huge. So I'm still figuring out how to exactly do that. And if anybody has suggestions or they know how to do this, drop it in the comments below. Let me know how you manage your desires to be more happy. And there's this blog, Wait But Why. It's a great one. You guys should check it out. And what this writer says, he said, I started imagining I was writing for a stadium full of replicas of myself. And this made it very, very easy. So if you're having trouble getting started, a good way to do things is make yourself your target audience and just write for yourself, because there's got to be at least a stadium full of people like you in the world, right? I love this. One should use common words to say uncommon things, by Arthur Schopenhauer. Very, very profound. A lot of people just get caught up in trying to use this exquisite vocabulary when really it's taking complex ideas and simplifying them to everyday language. That's the measure of true genius. Meditation, obviously, hugely common among these extremely successful people. This one's a good one too. Hard choices, easy life. Easy choices, hard life. By Jerzy Gregorek. Good one. Very true. Meditation is a way to relinquish control of my conscious mind so that my more powerful unconscious mind can take over. By Adam Robinson. Adam Robinson is precisely correct. You're just letting go of your ego and letting your unconscious mind work over things and let you flow through life better. This is a great one as well. I love it. There's no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. Happiness isn't some thing that we some goal or target we achieve. It's just the journey, simply. And this George Bernard Shaw quote that all the progress in the world depends on the unreasonable man. Absolutely love that. And I love this one too. Perfection is not when there's no more to add, but no more to take away or nothing left to subtract. So again, guys, simplify everything down to its core essence. That's where perfection lies. The Zen Habits blog by Leo Babauta. I don't know how to say his name. It's a really good one. Check it out. And then this is a good one too. I took risks I never would have taken because I knew that the low of failure would never match the low of shame. That's by Ashton Kutcher. I think he had like a DUI or some sort of arrest when he was young. I think between like 18 and 21. And I really, this quote really resonated with me because I got kicked out of college for smoking weed in my dorm. So I was like, oh, that's why I've been so crazy. That's why I've been taking risks with businesses and stuff like this, because that pain of shame, I know that failing, that like nothing can ever match that, So shout out to Ashton Kutcher. It really resonates with me. The key to a great life is simply having a bunch of great days. That's by Mr. Money Mustache. He's got a great website too. It's true. How do you have a great life? Every single day, be great. And the most recommended books list, Man's Search for Meaning. I have that book summary up. Awaken the Giant Within, book summary up. The Way of Life, Lao Tzu. I don't have that book summary up yet, but it will be coming up. Poor Charlie's Almanac, same thing, it'll be coming up later. The Alchemist, that's up. The War of Art, Stephen Pressfield, that'll be up later. Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, Shunryu Suzuki, that'll be up later. The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand, that'll be later. Most recommended books, Continued Wooden, A Lifetime of Observations and Reflections on and Off the Court by John Wooden. I haven't read this book yet, so that'll be up later. And I'm surprised because I love basketball, The Shellfish Gene by Richard Dawkins, that'll be later. 10% Happier, that'll be a couple later. I just finished that a few days ago. And then Letters from a Stoic by Seneca, I'll read that later sometime. I don't know. And The Tao of Power by Lao Tzu. That'll be up later too. So, and that's it for Tribe of Mentors, guys. This is a thick book, but it's a quick read because it's just so enticing with all these billionaires, millionaires advice, and it's just very interesting how successful people became successful. So, guys, if you thought this was valuable, give it a like, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. Keep coming back for more. I got 150 book summaries coming at you this year. Have a great day.
So lifelong learning and reading books is just one part of Sticky Habits University and Discipline 101. Imagine kicking all your bad habits to the curb, and imagine how successful you'd feel after implementing 10 new healthy habits. After enrolling in Discipline 101, my new course, that's how you'll feel every single day. Living like this changed my life. Go check it out.